It seems like 7 a.m. on a Monday morning comes around faster than any other day of the week. If you're like most people, you probably roll over, silence the dreaded ringing, then, still half asleep, we pick up our phones and instantly open Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Be Real, or whatever the new social media app is. Furiously, we scroll through, trying to catch up, as if in the last few hours we were asleep, we've missed a major role-shifting event. More than ever, social media and technology have grabbed us and locked us into a chokehold, creating an addictive-like dependency. And which age group is at the forefront of the addiction risk? Teens. Coupled with the fact that this generation has grown up simultaneously with the rise in technology, has created the perfect storm. Teen mental illness and psychological distress has been steadily on the rise. Mental illness refers to a wide range of mental health disorders that can affect one's mood, thinking, and behaviors. Mental health is a broader term that encompasses a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It is similar to our physical health. Everyone has it, and it exists on a spectrum, where disruption to our health can range in severity and duration. For example, concerns regarding our physical health can range from a little paper cut, easily fixed with a Band-Aid, or a broken bone requiring professional assistance to mend. Similarly, our mental health can range from stress due to an upcoming presentation, which can be alleviated through practice, or something more chronic like depression, resulting from a variety of different factors. Rates of depression have increased in teens by 52% and in young adults by 63%, while rates in adults have remained stable. Uncoincidentally, teens are also the ones who spend the greatest amount of time on screens and social media in particular. A 2010 study found that American teens spent 8.5 hours on screens daily, while an additional study found 73% of this time is spent on social media. It's important to note that technological access has exponentially grown since, with 95% of teens today owning a smartphone. All of this becomes rather problematic when we break down what's happening within teens' brains. You see, throughout childhood, our brains are constantly changing and remodeling, but during our teenage years, this happens very intensely. The last part of the brain to be fully developed and remodeled is the prefrontal cortex. This area in the brain is responsible for making decisions and controlling impulses. I'm sure we've all heard that teens are moodier than most, and actually, this checks out. You see, teens rely heavily on a small area in the brain called the amygdala to help make decisions since their prefrontal cortex hasn't fully matured. This area of the brain is responsible for emotions, aggression, and impulses. This becomes further problematic when we also consider the relationship that exists with the pleasure-causing neurotransmitter, dopamine. Every time we see a notification, text message, or continuously scroll, our body's reward system lights up like a Christmas tree as it fills our brain with dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical associated with classic addictions like alcohol and drugs. You see, in these addictions, the dopamine pathway is overstimulated and abused in that the number of receptors or absorbers decrease, making the brain unable to receive pleasure like it could before. Thus, over time, we need more of these pleasure-inducing behaviors of liking and scrolling in an effort to feel the same level of satisfaction as before. For the teen brain that already lacks impulse control and is particularly sensitive to emotional regulation, these screens become one of the most easily accessible drugs. Like any addiction, this negatively impacts individuals' mental health and increases the risk of disorders like anxiety and depression. Most unfortunately, this addiction has the ability to alter the development of the teen brain, leading to permanent changes to brain structure, particularly in the decision-making center discussed earlier, the prefrontal cortex. So why does this all matter? And why is it so important to take care of our mental health? Well, just as we need to take care of our physical health through nutrition and exercise, our mental health also requires attention. Mental health impacts all aspects of our lives, from how we adapt to challenges, to our ability to take risks, to simply functioning every day. Nurturing our mental health can also make us more resilient to stressors created by our environment, making it more important to be mindful of how our increased social media use and screen time can adversely impact our mental health. So, how can we improve and take care of our mental health? An individual's psychological and biological factors, as well as living circumstances, can impact their predisposition to developing mental health problems. Living circumstances can include, but are not limited to, social environment, economic output, and geopolitics. Practices such as meditating, taking deep breaths, eating healthy meals, getting plenty of sleep, limiting the use of alcohol, exercising frequently, and communicating with friends and family all have been seen to help. It is important to watch out for common signs associated with changing mental health.
These signs include feeling anxious or worried, feeling depressed, mood changes, sleep problems, changes in appetite, substance abuse, withdrawal from activities, behavioral changes, and self-harm statements. If someone is dealing with mental health problems, it's important to help them get connected to mental health services like health center care teams, peer support services, psychosocial rehabilitation, etc. If you would like to get help or help connect somebody within Ontario, Canada, you could always contact the Government of Ontario Mental Health, Wellness, and Addiction Support. Additionally, other services like Kids Help Phone, Bounce Back, and Connects Ontario are also available. So next time you tell yourself just 5 more minutes, 1 more video, or 1 last text, put down the phone, disconnect, and talk to a real person. Or step outside and smell the grass.